Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for the event, Roger Yates, CEO of Pioneer Investments, and Riccardo Venchiarutti, Deputy Chairman of ISEO.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pioneer's Colloquia for 2011. Many of you, I know, were in London last year. The title of our event then was Towards a New Architecture. And I remember we were trying to assess the framework that might emerge from the ashes of the 2007-2008 financial market dislocation and how we could think about ways of getting the markets back on track. And for a while it looked as though the combination of bank bailouts, record low interest rates, quantitative easing and some fiscal retrenchment had done the trick. Now with hindsight, unfortunately, it appears we're not really out of the woods at all. The euro crisis, more bank capital and liquidity issues, the debt overhang that we all see and the risk of recession clearly threaten to destabilise again significant parts of the world economy and financial markets. We almost seem to be at an inflection point where, on the one hand, the world could spiral out of control, on the other, where decisive and the right action could move us slowly towards a more sustainable equilibrium in the global economy. Some of the answers to the questions that we face in financial markets and in economies undoubtedly lie in the economic and financial sphere. Some of them, I have to say, in our view, also lie in the political sphere. They're political in nature. And that makes assessment and forecasts of the future, I think, even more problematic. As business people, I think we tend to be disappointed by the speed of political policy processes and sometimes to underestimate the progress that's being made. There's a famous mountaineer called Reinhold Messner, who's actually a good friend of Angela Merkel, and he once said of her that she's a good hiker because she goes slowly, but she keeps moving forward. I promise you, we all have a vested interest in hoping that she does keep moving forward, and probably more importantly, that she knows where on earth she's going. In the immediate future, obviously setting the objectives to improve global equilibrium and avoiding recession appear to be the main challenge. So our theme in this year's colloquia is an era of macro and micro challenges and frictions. Obviously, given the summer we've just had, talk of friction is something of an understatement, but it's certainly consistent with current political and economic concerns. Focusing on macro imbalances is clearly very relevant, but in our view, overcoming some of the micro hurdles is also extremely important. It's relevant for ensuring smooth growth, for example, by the better functioning of labour markets and by designing appropriate incentives for savings. So macro and micro, both fundamentally important, we think, for the future. Clearly, as asset managers, we've got to figure out what to make of all this and make sure we adapt to the new context we find ourselves in, whether it's in risk management, in portfolio optimization, in capital protection, and in return generation. So obviously, we're very interested in our speakers' thoughts on all those issues. Thank you all very much indeed for coming here. Fantastic to see so many people who've been with us through these colloquia sessions for so many years. I'm sure you'll all gain a better understanding of the challenges that we all face and the possible ways ahead. Obviously, a major thanks to the very eminent speakers that we have here with us today for sharing their insights with us. Let me now leave the floor to our partner and host, Riccardo Venchiarutti, in his dual capacity of the Mayor of the City of ISEO and the Vice President of the ISEO Institute. Riccardo.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Chairman of the ISEO Institute, Professor Robert Solo, I'm really glad to welcome you to the 5th edition of the European Colloquia organized with Pioneer Investments. This is a special edition for us. After having organized the previous colloquia in so many important European cities as Prague, Vienna, Venice and London, Now our area, the Iseo Lake and the region of Franciacorta, has been chosen as a location for this year's edition. During this event you will be able to see the beauties of our area. This is where the Iseo Institute is located and where the major part of our activities such as conferences, meetings and international summer schools take place. By the way, I'm very proud as a mayor of the town of Iseo to welcome all of you. That's why we'll be happy to give you the chance to discover our area. At the end of the Colloquia, I've organized a sun-free guided tour to discover the most charming corners of Iseo town and of the Iseo Lake. We would especially like to greet the academic representative from universities of Central and Eastern Europe who kindly accepted our invitation. Just a few words about Iseo. The aim of our non-profit institute is that of spreading the economic culture throughout seminars, congresses and other cultural initiatives. During the last 13 years of activities, Iseo was founded by Professor Franco Modigliani, organized 38 international meetings that involved 27 Nobel laureates in economics and outstanding economists from all over the world. We are especially proud of the success of the Iseo International Summer School that every summer gathered in Italy 100 graduate students, PhD candidates who learn economics directly from eminent speakers and economists. In the last 8 editions of our summer school, we gathered almost 500 students from 100 different countries and from 200 different universities among the most prestigious faculties. Every year we offer to brilliant students coming also from undeveloped country the possibility of receiving a scholarship to cover the cost of the summer course. But let's come back briefly to our conference. The 5th edition of the European Colloquia has been carefully thought by the Economic Research Department of Pioneer to deepen some interesting topical issues. The high profile of the speakers that we are honored to have with us today and the very qualified audience gathered for this occasion make this event absolutely unique. So, my best wishes to all of you to enjoy this great opportunity today. I hope you will appreciate Iseo and Iseo Life too. Many thanks.